So you got a new listing, it's for sale, you want to host an open house so that you can get it pending and get it sold. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about some newbie mistakes that you might be making when you host your very first open house. And if you are not a brand new agent, you've hosted open houses before, but they have sucked or you felt very unprepared for them, you're going to want to watch this video because we're going to correct a few things that you should be doing correctly. I'm Amanda Fezzolani, co-founder of Design for Agents, where we help real estate professionals close more deals by helping you with your marketing, prospecting, and sales techniques. Now, in today's video, let's break it down. We're going to be talking about what to bring, open house scripts you should be using, how to follow up with visitors, common mistakes you might be making, and making it a lead gen machine. So here's a fun fact. One time Alex and I were wondering whether or not open houses, Zillow, or Facebook ads were responsible for bringing in the warmest ready-to-go leads. And so this was at a time where Zillow Premier Agent actually was good. I can't say the same for it now. But what I do want to showcase here is that we ran a study, right? Non-scientific, right? It was just within our brokerage, but we took a look at, okay, of the open houses that we're hosting for this month across these listings versus all the Zillow Premier Agent leads that come in and all of the Facebook ad leads that come in, like what's working the best and what's giving us the most bang for our buck, right? Because ROI is the name of the game. Now, I'm going to dive into those open house mistakes for a moment, but what I want to showcase and why I feel like this video is important is that the winner was not Zillow Premier Agent and it was not Facebook ads. Not to say that those two strategies don't work, they do, right? But when it came down to ROI and even effort, open houses were it, right? Open houses were responsible for bringing in listings, right? Which is the name of the game. They were responsible for bringing in those looky-loo neighbors who want to see what their neighbor's home looks like and what it's selling for, right? And those curious people, those turn into listings. And it was also responsible for bringing in the warmest buyers, right? So we have a lot of experience with Facebook ads, not just in real estate, also across other businesses. And Facebook ads brought in the least warm leads during that surveying time, right? The leads can turn into closings, right? But the conversion rate is a lot lower in comparison to open houses, right? And then when it came to Zillow Premier Agent, that was just spending the most money possible to get warm leads. So that's why open houses won. So if you are short on funds, right, and if you have time on your hands, open houses can be a phenomenal ROI for your real estate business. So let's dive into what are some things that you should actually be bringing to an open house, right? Because unpreparedness is actually one of the biggest mistakes that agents make when it comes to open houses, right? So some things that you should be bringing are property information, something that's going to break down what's actually in the house, you know, what it's being sold for. This could be in the form of a flyer or an MLS sheet. Branded information, so why people should work with you, what they have to gain, what type of value you can bring to them. All your necessary legal documents, so this can vary across state to state, but check with your broker and they'll be able to help you understand what you're supposed to bring. A sign-in sheet or digital app so that people can actually provide you with their information so that you can follow up with them. Something to entice people to actually sign into your sign-up sheet. A lot of times you might get pushback where someone says they don't want to sign in. You actually shouldn't let those people inside of your open house. One, for safety reasons. Two, because, well, you know, they're being a jerk. And three, for safety reasons. Things like winning tickets to a free movie or getting your lead magnet, those types of things can help people sign up more easily and make sure that it's legible. Business cards, just in case if people want that kind of thing. And finally, a list of homes for sale that match the same thing as the listing you're currently hosting the open house for, but also for homes that are priced just above, right? Maybe they have 1 or 2 bedrooms extra or bathrooms, and priced just below, right? Maybe a smaller house, because you might wind up having buyers coming to your open house just to get a sense of what it looks like, understanding, you know, oh, like this is what, you know, what's for sale in the area, but they might not actually want to buy that type of house. So you can actually help them on the spot by giving them something else to look at, further providing them value. So now let's talk about actually following up with visitors, right? Because that is probably the number 2 mistake that real estate agents make when it comes to open houses, this lack of follow-up. And when I say follow-up, I don't mean that they came to the open house and so you sent them a text message after thanking them for coming, or they came to the open house and you called them a week later to find out if they wanted to work with you, right? Or even if it was the next day. That's not enough. It's not sufficient, right? We want to make sure that we have an actual follow-up strategy in place. In the description of this video, you will find a link to access some open house scripts that we have, if that interests you. And separate from the scripts, I want you to know that basically what the protocol should entail is that you are sending that thank you text, sending that thank you email, because not everybody responds to text messages, not everybody responds to emails, but you also want to make sure that you are calling them. You should call them same day, right? Most open houses take place in the afternoon, so you can give them a call in the late afternoon or early evening, right? Not super late at night. Just thanking them and then asking them if they're interested in placing an offer, right? If they were explicit at the open house that this wasn't something that they were interested in, or if they were explicit at the open house that they just live in the area and they wanted to see what the neighbor's house looked like, that's okay. You don't have to ask them if they actually want to place an offer, but you do still want to follow up with those people and ask them something else, right? And so we dive into detail in those scripts about what you should be asking them and then how often you should follow up with them after that initial phone call, right? Because really it's about A, thank you for spending your time with me this weekend. B, do you want to place an offer? C, how can I help you further? Right? And so for some of you, especially if you're a newer agent, you might be wondering, well, what do I do if they came with an agent? Or what do I do if they came, but they told me they have an agent? You can still follow up with those people. For the ones who have an agent, you can follow up with their agent, right? See if they are interested in placing an offer, right? The same rules apply. The idea is that you're following up no matter what. Now, let's talk about the name of the game. And this is going beyond the follow-up of the open house. So hear me out. You want to follow up after the open house, like I just explained, and you want to follow those scripts that we have in the description, link below, but I want you to make sure that you're going beyond this. There needs to be some type of long-term follow-up, because not every single person who shows up to the open house is going to be ready to work with you or ready to buy or has even spoken to a lender or anything like that, right? And a lot of times at open houses, you get those looky-loos. You get curious neighbors who show up. They might not want to sell their house now, but maybe a year from now, they want to sell their house. Are you going to be the agent that they forgot about? Or are you going to be the agent that has been sending them a weekly email, showing them the value that you bring to your community, the value that you bring to your clients, and how you are the person who gets the job done, right? The choice is yours. So you want to make sure that you're not avoid that mistake, right? That you're not following up. So that is the third mistake, making sure that you have that long follow-up system. Now, if you want to know what you should be emailing people on your email list every week, I have a link to that in the description below that you can find as well. It is a weekly I don't know why I got tongue twisted on that one. It is a weekly email real estate planner. So it's a Google sheet that actually breaks down what types of emails you should be sending to people on a weekly basis. We give you a schedule, we give you the email topic, we give you the email subject lines, and then we also have a ChatGPT tool that you can use to help create those emails so you're not spending hours writing them yourself. So in essence, if you actually follow those 3 tips, you're going to be able to turn your open houses into a lead gen machine, right? Avoid making those mistakes, actually put the work into it, and you will see a return on your investment like nothing else that you could pay for when it comes to paid ads or online lead gen. If you enjoyed this video and you want more content like this, make sure you visit our website, designedforagents.com, where you can get more education like this. Subscribe to our channel and let us know in the comments below what you'd like to learn next, because we're creating video content every single week simply to help you achieve your real estate goals. I'll see you in the next video.